My dear students, properties of determinants. First property is very important. Determinant of A is equal to determinant of A transpose. If you go for transposition of any matrix, okay, so then what you get, the resulting determinant of A, what you get, same thing for determinant of A transpose also. You go for any example, okay, you try it, and you have any doubt, please ask me. Next one, if any two rows or column of given determinant are interchanged, any two rows are columns, if you interchange two rows, for suppose r1 r2, if you interchange, r c1 and c3, if you interchange, then the sign of value of new determinant is changed. That means original determinant value, for suppose without changing rows or columns, if you get the original determinant value sum 2 or 3, if after interchanging two rows or two columns, then the determinant will be changed. What will be changed? Only sign will be changed. That means minus, if you are suppose first one original determinant is 3, then new determinant value is minus 3. If original value is minus 3, then new determinant is plus 3. That means if determinant of 2 by 2 matrix, we go for a1 a2 a3 a4, then determinant of this one is nothing but minus of, if you interchange this first row and second row, then a3 a4, if you go for this position, and a1 a2 go for this position, this value gives, for suppose it is for suppose 3, then this value is minus 3. So if you have, if you want to equate these two, then you have to write minus into minus 3 gives plus 3, so it is 3, it is also 3. So that means, so if you interchange r1 and r2, then the new determinant sign will be changed. Okay, so go for any example, you go for any example, you take your own example and try it, you get the same answer. Okay, if any two rows or columns of matrix are identical, then that determinant is 0. If any two rows or columns of matrix are identical, that means any two rows or columns corresponding entries are same, that means you can say identical. Identical means same. First, for suppose here a1 a2 a3, so just you go for, let us understand here a1 a1 a4 a4 a7 a7, like that you have, then you can say these two are identical, then this determinant becomes to 0. Like that you take your own example and confirm it. Okay, have any doubt, please ask me in study hours. Next one, if all the elements of a row or column is multiplied with a non-zero number k, if all the elements of a row or column is multiplied with a non-zero number k, that means any row or column, a row or column, multiply a non-zero number k, then the value of new determinant is k times of original determinant. For suppose it is the original determinant a b c x y z l m n. If you multiply k to first row, then how it will be? Ka, kb, kc, x y z l m n. Now this determinant is nothing but, this new determinant is nothing but k times of a b c x y z l m n. That means here, how you understand, first row is multiplied to a constant non-zero number k, then this determinant is nothing but k times of a b c x y z l m n. If you multiply some m to second row, some n to third row, like that, okay, how it will be once you see here. So without confusion, first row multiplied with k, second row multiplied with p, third row multiplied with q, then this determinant is nothing but k into this, from second row you take p, from third row you take q, k into p into q into original determinant is, let us consider a b c x y z l m n, say. Okay, see, you understand one thing here, in the matrix it is not determined. In the matrix, if you want to take outside a constant, that should be common for every entry. But here in the determinants, if you want to take one constant to outside, that should be common for either any row or column only, not for all. If it is all, for suppose this k is for all these entries, then from this row 1k, from this row 1k, from this row 1k you can take, then it will give k into k into k, k cube. So based on this one I will give one note. See here, if order of A is n by n, then determinant of Ka, determinant of Ka is nothing but, let us go for 3 by 3 matrix. Determinant of Ka will be like this: Ka, Kb, Kc, Kx, Ky, Kz, Kl, Km, Kn. Let us, in the place of P, you understand K, you understand K here also. Okay, then determinant of Ka. This gives k power n into determinant of A, because of, already I told you, if it is 3 by 3 you get k into k into k, k cube. If it is n by n order, then you get k into k into k up to k times you get, that gives k power n into determinant of A. K power n into determinant of A. Very, very important note. If order of A is n by n, then determinant of Ka is equal to k power n into determinant of A. That means in any row or column, if you have a common factor, then you can take outside. But in the matrices, that should be common for every entry in that matrix. But in the determinant, that should be common for either row or column only. So then you get this result. Okay. If A is a second one, if A is Q symmetric matrix of odd order means 3 by 3, 5 by 5. Q symmetric means, you know, all the principal diagonal elements are zeros, and you know, corresponding positions are in the opposite sign. Okay, so then the determinant A is equal to 0. If n is even, then determinant of A is a perfect square. That means any perfect square, that means 1, 4, 9, okay, 36, like that you may get any perfect square. So just remember this first concept. What is that? Matrix of odd order, then determinant of A is equal to 0. If you see the skew symmetric matrix, if you want to find out the determinant, directly that value gives 0. Proof. So actually by taking one example you can understand, and procedure wise I will explain here. Okay, so if for suppose A is a skew symmetric matrix, means A transpose is equal to minus A. Very clear. If you want to find out the determinant of A transpose, what you have, determinant of A transpose is equal to, you can write determinant of minus A. Okay, now go for det A, because A is the skew symmetric matrix, you have to go for det A. Det A is equal to 0, we are going to prove. Det A is equal to, what you have, minus 1 whole to the power of n into det A. So here by mistake written 2 times. So okay, minus 1 whole power n into det A. Because of here A transpose is equal to minus A, we have to find out determinant of A. Okay, see here, if you apply determinant for this first equation, what we have, A transpose is equal to minus A. So we have determinant of A transpose is equal to determinant of minus A. See here, this implies. So what you have, A transpose is equal to, what you have, A transpose is equal to, what do you have? So already I gave first property, determinant of A transpose is equal to determinant of A. So for this one you write det A is equal to, here determinant of minus A. Let us consider it is n by n order. Okay, A is n by n order. N by n order means here you are multiplying minus with A. That is, in the place of minus you understand K. So what you have, k power n, that means minus 1 whole power n. Minus means minus 1, you understand, minus 1 whole power n into det A. So minus 1 whole power n, actually here A is odd order. Okay, odd order, that means n is odd number. If n is odd number, that gives minus 1 whole power n gives minus only, minus into det A. So determinant of A is equal to minus determinant of A. This minus determinant of A transpose this side, then you have minus det A plus det A, that gives 2 into det A. 2 into det A is equal to 0, means 2 transpose this side, then you have det A is equal to 0. Next, third one. If each row or column consists of 2 terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of 2 determinants. Very, very important. If each row or column consists of 2 terms, then that determinant can be expressed as sum of two determinants. Let us consider 2 by 2 matrix you go for. Here first column is consists of two terms, a plus x, c plus y, bd. So how can you split this determinant into two different determinants with same order? That is also important. First you write a, c with first column and bd is second column. Same like here common, that sign should be common here, plus, and now you write this xy as first column and bd as same second column. So this bd is same for second column in the two determinants. Okay, so acbd plus xbyd. So these are the two determinants. Like that you can expand. If it has three terms, you can express it as in three new determinants. Next one, the determinant of triangular matrix or diagonal matrix is product of diagonal elements only. You have to very important. You know how to write triangular matrix. You know, okay, triangular matrix or diagonal matrix. That value is nothing but determinant of that triangular matrix or diagonal matrix is nothing but product of its diagonal elements only. That means you, if you want to, you first you take the one triangular matrix or diagonal matrix and you take the diagonal elements and multiply them. So you keep it and go for direct procedure. You know how to expand the determinant procedure wise. So you go for corresponding sum of the product of the corresponding entries with its corresponding cofactors. Okay, in any row or column. Okay, that gives the determinant of the matrix. Okay, so go for original procedure and this is the shortcut procedure. You get the same answer. Next one, the sum of the product of elements of any row or column with the corresponding cofactors of other row or column is always 0. The sum of the product of elements of any row or column with the corresponding cofactors of other row is always 0. See here, sum of the product of the elements of any row or column. First you go with the row, any row with corresponding cofactors of any other row is always 0. Let us consider a is equal to a11, a12, a13, a21, a22, a23, a31, a32, a33. This is the matrix. So go for a11, first two row you take and go for the second row cofactors. So a11 into capital A21, a12 into capital A22, a13 into capital A23. This gives 0. You go for one example, no problem. Okay, you try it or any doubt please ask me. Same, first row to or first column to any other column. Okay, you give, that gives also 0 only. Actually here second one is first row to third row corresponding cofactors, a11 into capital A31, a12 into capital A32, a13 into capital A33. That one also gives 0 only. Next one, if the elements of a row or column of a square matrix are added to k times of corresponding elements of any other row, then no change in the value of new determinant. This is very important. If the elements of a row or column of a square matrix are added to k times of corresponding elements of any other row, then no change in the value of new determinant. Okay, this means first of all, that means if you want to change the first column, c1 implies c1 plus some 3c through. Okay, going with the third column, c1 implies c1 plus 3c3. You go for first matrix, so what you have for the determinant you find out, and after changing this one, c1 plus c1 is changing as c1 plus 3c3. So this new determinant find out, so you get the same answer and you understand which column is going to change. For that column you should not multiply anything. Which column is going to using, for that column you can multiply any number, no problem, you get the same answer. So for this one example, that a is equal to a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6, a7, a8, a9. Now I am going to change it. So this is some value, this gives some value. If you expand this one you get some value, so you keep it there. Okay, now you are going to change r1 as r1 plus some 2r2. That means for r1 is going to change For that one you are using R2 and multiplying 2 to R2 corresponding elements. Okay, so how it will be? A1 plus 2A4, that means R1 A1 plus 2A. Okay, this is second row. Okay, second row is A4, A1 plus 2A4, A2 plus 2A5, A3 plus 2A6. Okay, now according to this property, third property, we can split it as two different determinants. So first how to split this one? First you write A1, A2, A3 as first row, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9 as second and third rows only, plus 2A4, 2A5, 2A6 as first row, and A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9 as second row and third rows. And you can take in the second determinant, you can observe here 2, 2, 2 is the common for the first row. That 2 you can take outside. I have written here 2. So after taking 2 here, what you have? A4, A5, A6, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9. See, A4, A4, A5, A5, A6, A6. So first row and second row are identical. That means corresponding entries are same. That means it is identical. So already I gave that one property. In any two rows or two columns are identical, then the determinant is equal to 0. So this determinant becomes to 0 only. 2 into 0, 0. So what you have? This is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9. Same you have that A only. This is also. So after changing, what you have? Same matrix again. That is determinant of A only. Okay, next property. Last one. Determinant of AB is equal to, that means if you want to multiply two matrices without multiplying also, determinant of AB is nothing but det A into det B. Directly you go for det A and det B. What this multiplication gives? Determinant of AB. AB means multiplication of A comma B. Okay, similarly, determinant of ABC is equal to det A, det B, det C. Determinant of A power n is equal to det A whole power n. How it will be? That means determinant of A power n means you have A into A into A up to n times you have. That is nothing but determinant of A power n. Okay, that means how can I write det A into det A into det A into up to n times. Det A into det A into det A up to n times means det A whole power n. So these are the properties, very important. You just remember. So all these are very useful to do the problems. So tomorrow you will discuss about the problems.